And
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Comedy Cellar Tuesdays with me, Dave Juskow. I think I'm always messing up the phone in so many different ways. It's incredible. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for coming. Hello, Marcy. I see. I don't have my chat thing going. I'll fix it later. Hello, Scruffy. Thank you, Mike, for putting it up there. And welcome to the Comedy Cellar show on YouTube, as we are here every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Marcy, Billy Joe in Cincinnati said, "Ugh, I'm done with that guy. That guy's got to just retire. It's awful." Because I think he's going to be at the Meadowlands in August, but I'm done. Anyway, we're here always on Tuesdays to provide you fun and a good time, and to tell you that the Comedy Cellar, I'm looking at the wrong camera, the Comedy Cellar is the best comedy club in the country, as my guest could totally tell you today. And if you were here today in the West Village, if you get down here by 10 p.m., you're going to see a show with Matt Richards, one of my favorite hosts, Cypher Sounds, Emma Willman, and Ricky Velez, who has actually seen me be booed off stage before. And he, which is funny every time I see him. And in Las Vegas, at our club in Las Vegas with our friend Mark Coco Cohen, whose birthday it just was. If you are in Vegas, please wish him a happy birthday. Matthew Brossard, who I just worked with last week at Don't Tell Mamas. Now, that was an interesting show. But it's cold here in New York City, but it is pleasant. This is the final show of January, so we are already in 2025, in it to win it. Anyway, so nice to see everybody and everybody in the chat room. Let me introduce my guest for today. You saw her once for a brief moment when she was here with her friend Izzy. Please welcome back to the show in full guest mode, Haly Vantaso.
Hi.
Hello, Haly.
Hi.
The very pretty Haly Vantaso, who I met almost exactly 6 months ago. I'm going to move this so I can see the chat room because this is just killing me. It's killing me, I tell you. It's killing me. All right, now we got it. There we go. All right, I like looking at the chat. I like to see what everybody's going. Yeah, Marcy says, I thought so, unless she's talking to somebody else. Anyway, I met you exactly 6 months ago on the street, right downstairs, right here in this place. You came to see my birthday show.
That's right. If you come to Dave's birthday show, you will be a guest on the show at one point.
That's right. You came up and you started talking to me, and I invited you to the bar next door because why wouldn't I? What am I, an asshole? And it's like, normally I don't talk to any of the people I don't know.
But you didn't even really invite me. I was kind of like, where are you going?
I feel like I invited you.
Okay.
Who wouldn't invite her? What am I, some sort of gay guy? Meanwhile, I was with my gay friends, and they were even like, we should invite her. So look at you. Running the gamut. I know, 6 months.
Crazy.
We've known each other for 6 months. She was in the football pool, Mike.
Did I win?
No, you did that. Wouldn't that be funny? No, no. We would have told you are I love NYC.
I heart
NYC was your thing, and you were so good. I never had to remind you, maybe once. To do it, and I get so annoyed by people that I have to remind every week. You were a wonderful player, and it's believe me, it's an honor to be in that pool. Am I right, Mike? Marcy,
an
honor. It's the only two
Did
people.
I get like top 20?
You were doing so well, but you never won a week, and you didn't get to the top. No, I would have told you would have won, and we would have sent you money.
Who won?
Who won the whole pool? My cousin Ira. I know that sounds bad, but he won, and who came in second though, Mike? I can't remember.
I can check.
What did you get?
Nothing. I didn't win anything. I didn't win.
You
I've won the whole pool once about 15 years ago.
Okay.
I went like 2008.
Okay.
I won the whole thing, and boy, is it stressful to stay on top.
The Braves won.
The Braves. She's so nice. Yeah, this girl Alex Braverman
and Sweet Lou 24 got
Sweet Lou. My friend Lou Pellegrino came in third. Right? Who came in fourth?
Oh, let me go back.
Sorry, I was like,
cookies, please.
Oh, my next door neighbor won. That's right. So she joined the pool for the first time.
Do they want themselves to be outed by their names?
Oh yeah, they don't care. What's the difference? Her name's Maya. She's adorable, and And who's the
Because
fifth?
mine's just MV Suarez.
I know. Who's the fifth place?
All right, went back.
Does fifth place get money?
Yeah,
Through five?
for top 5 for the
Gotcha.
season.
FHNY.
Oh, cousin
86.
Frankie.
Ah,
That's right. So it was all good.
Followed
Yeah,
by-
it was really super fun. And
followed by Big S.
Anonymous, it's so
Fish
funny
hook.
you have jury duty tomorrow. I was supposed to have jury duty tomorrow. For real. That would have been so weird if we had jury duty.
How'd you get out of it?
You can postpone it for like 6 months the first time, but you can't do it ever again. But because I was teaching on Thursdays, I was like, they always keep you for at least 2 days. So I'm like, I can't make it tomorrow. You know, they just don't like that. So I postponed it to June. That would have been crazy. Yeah. And I'm 60 Center Street. That is nuts. We would have been there together. That would have been crazy. We finally would have gotten to see who Anonymous was. And you imagine at jury duty, they're just like, is there an Anonymous here? Wow.
Anonymous Jones.
That would have been hilarious. And quite frankly, Anonymous, I have had the best jury duty experiences. Every time I've been there, I've met a friend and we've had lunch together, and it's been fantastic.
How many times have you had jury duty?
I think this will be my 3rd or 4th time.
Wow.
No, they
Have
make
you
you go
ever-
every 6 years.
I've never had jury duty. I kind of want to do it though. Have you ever had a real case that you were?
No, I've never gotten.
Oh.
I always try and get out. I just don't. I get too tired. Now I'm used to waking up early, but back then, I mean, it's just early is no good for me, and I will always fall asleep. But it makes sense that you haven't yet because you haven't stayed in a location. Are you a citizen, like in the sense of New Jersey now?
No.
Like, so you're still Florida
I'm still
person.
Florida, yeah.
So you might. What address do you use on your license? The Florida one?
The Florida one, yeah.
Is it an actual address or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
then if it's your dad's or something,
It's
you're
like
probably
it's my dad's. Yeah.
you'll probably end up getting. This is around the year I think we all have been to jury
Oh,
duty, like
in
around
Florida.
26 or something, or whatever your age is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he'll probably take. I don't know how Florida works, but I assume they have jury duty there
No,
too.
They do. I don't know.
So it's probably coming. You know,
Sweet.
then you can be like, I don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
Which is I tried to do that because I did that with New Jersey, and so I don't live here anymore. And then New York said, I'm like, oh, I don't live here anymore, and I sort of the Jersey that I tried to mix it up because jury duty sucks.
I think it would be cool if I had a big case.
Well, see, some people like it like that.
Yeah.
I do not because I don't. I just mostly I didn't want to get up early. Now I work down there and I am early, so it's not going to make a difference. Except I didn't want it to take away from teaching on the second day of class.
Yeah.
So I just postponed it. Anyway, before we get to why Haly is here today, I just want to say a couple things. I don't know if you heard about Selena Gomez crying about what Donald Trump is doing. I think that's the funniest thing I've
I
ever
saw it.
seen. If it's just like, again, not to be rude, because I love Selena Gomez. I really think she's terrific. She's amazing in Only Murders in the Building. I liked her from Wizards of Waverly Place. I liked her in Spring Breakers. I like her and I like her work. But it's like the Fires again, where you are, you have these celebrities just crying and you're just like, shut up. Like
Well, but you can cry about it and have feelings, but she posted it.
Yeah, take action
herself.
instead of
You know,
crying,
it's
and you were just going to be nominated for an Oscar. Nobody's listening, like, I feel so horrible. My Oscar's not going to mean as much
Yeah.
if I just it's just horrible. Then she took it down at least, but then,
Oh, she did.
yeah, I mean, I think they made her.
Prob-
I think
Yeah.
the president was just like, you take that down or else. Oh, yeah. That's the way she talks.
Yeah.
I do a great Selena
You
Gomez
do.
imitation.
I thought-
Listen, I will tell you this, and I will tell you this one time. You stop going with this ice. I don't like it.
You sounded just like her.
Thank you. I've been working on that for a long time. Yeah. And so, Mike, I don't know whether you found it, but again, we're watching obviously the football. We usually make picks here, but today's an off week because the Super Bowl's not till next week. When our guest, by the way, will be Lenny Marcus, who is not only a terrific comic and has, I think, his own recording, or no, what's it called? His own label, where he's putting a lot of the comics on making albums for them. But he's also, is this the, okay, so wait, just hold on.
Sorry.
But he's also, thanks for getting that. He also works for the New York Giants. So he's the perfect person to have before the Super Bowl. Anyway, yes. So the Eagles played the Commanders, and they're legendary rivals. They're in the same division. And as we know, Kansas City played Buffalo. and they're just rivals in a completely different way. Anyway, as we've found for the past couple of weeks, the Eagles have the worst fans in the history of fandom. They're very mean. They're very cruel. 2 weeks ago when they were playing the Packers, this guy, and it was all caught on tape, was calling this girl a C word because she was wearing a Packers jersey, and he got banned, not just from any Eagles game ever, but he lost his job too. So we're hoping the same thing happens here. Now, here's a guy who's got a lot of guts going around in a Commander's outfit. They just lost by a lot. And he was doing nothing but minding his own business. Wait till you see this. This is put up by Dave Portnoy from Barstools. They're screaming and yelling, ha, 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 ha. They're taking pictures of it. It's really, really awful. But everything is okay.
Well, they already stole his hat.
No, they didn't.
They took a hat off his head, didn't they?
No, they're going to.
Oh.
You ruined it.
No,
It's about to happen. Right there.
No,
Mike, come on.
No. I'll show you in a second what I was talking about.
But look, and he just lets it go. I hope that guy gets, taken off. So uncool. The guy's doing nothing. He's not giving anybody any shit.
I was confused about this part right here. I thought he was taking the hat off of his head, but he put his own hat on his head and then took it off.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
Well, now you ruined it. So I don't know. That was the whole part we were getting to. That was the punchline, you might say. Anyway, he was doing. I mean, Eagles fans are horrible. Not all of them, obviously, but these things are really bad. It keeps happening every week. It's just not fair. If you want to go see your team, you should be able to sit there in silence. If you're a dick, you have it coming. But
Okay, I'm sorry. I know nothing about sports.
make sure you're talking to the mic, though.
I know nothing about sports. Do we know who's playing for the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Who are you rooting for?
I don't know.
Well,
Having some
assuming
tough
it was-
time.
What
I don't like the Eagles because they're horrible fans, but I also don't want Kansas City to win 3 in a row. It's the Kansas City Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles, but I do like Saquon Barkley, and I would love for him to stick it to the Giants and be embarrassed, so I'm conflicted by it. None of it matters to me in the least. And the Kansas City Chiefs, although you might just be jealous of them, you don't want to win 3. They seem like a nice bunch of guys. Nobody doesn't like Patrick Mahomes, except unless you're in their division. And, oh, look, Aunt Judy is here. Hi.
She likes the Eagles.
She likes the Eagles. I don't know why. Because we don't have any stake in the Eagles, Aunt Judy. In fact, you should be angry at them because they beat the Commanders, where my cousin owns some of the teams. So his partner owns the Commanders now.
Oh.
So I thought maybe she would be. Anyway, that's the story. She said she can't spell. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got that fixed so you can be on YouTube with us. Also, this is just the news items we're going through today. I don't know if you ever heard of the Doomsday Clock. They have, well, a lot of people haven't. They have a Doomsday Clock that they've had since I guess that's the 40s, where they have like a world clock and they set it and they're like, if it gets to midnight, it's the end of humanity.
Oh.
And right now, it reset for 2025 with 89 seconds left to midnight. That's how close we are for Armageddon.
Is it one of those things where, like 2012? Is that what we're?
Yes.
Got
exactly. Oh, here it is. See, it's 80. It's now 89 seconds. What the hell? Get involved in it. Yeah. Wait. Sign me up for that. Yeah. So this is the Doomsday Clock announcement that they just made yesterday, and now it's 89 seconds. It just moved 1 second this year. And probably had something to do maybe with the election and like a bunch of
Okay, so
stuff.
when's the end of the world?
This has to do with global warming and the state of the world. And
the Eagles game.
Yeah, the Eagles game, right. All that kind of stuff. No, the end of the world is not until it reaches midnight. I think we have another year.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it reaches midnight, we're in big trouble.
Okay.
89 seconds, not that long a time.
Okay.
I don't know what it was set to in 1947. Maybe 15 minutes to midnight. Whoever made that clock obviously is thinking the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's a bummer for everybody, but it's hilarious too.
That's like 1 second a year.
Well, then
90 years.
Oh, we
80,
have 90 years? Oh, then we'll be okay.
We'll
Yeah,
be-
we'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
No, yeah, even whatever.
I mean, who knows how good those last 10 will be.
That's a good point. But I don't even think you might not even have to worry about those.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'll be good.
You might be here 80 years from now.
80?
My mother will.
80?
Yeah.
No,
like
I'd be.
106?
I'd be like 107.
You don't think you're going to make it to that? My mother is.
I hope
It's
not.
awful.
I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to live. I don't want
There's
to.
a woman in my mom's building. She's 106.
No,
She's terrific.
I'm good.
She's like, hey, her daughter's coming tomorrow. I'm like, ooh, her daughter. She's 75.
75.
I was like, ooh, hey, maybe you can set me up. Anyway, also, this is the best. Everybody hates Meghan Markle.
Totally.
Right. So Spotify decided not to renew her podcast, her $20 million deal for the podcast.
She had a podcast?
We want exactly, which nobody knows about. It's not doing anything. She made a $20 million deal when, when they're trying to get all the publicity, like in that South Park episode, where they're saying they don't want publicity, but clearly they do. They made a deal. She had a podcast. It's not doing well. So she got this Lemonada Media was going to pick up her podcast, but it's being delayed because they can't get sponsors. And the fact of the matter is that no one cares.
What does she talk about?
No one knows because no one's ever heard it. But it has come to light by this other company that apparently the reason also why Spotify got rid of her is because apparently she was accused of bullying, which you just accused me about 5 minutes ago. But yeah, apparently she is.
Yeah, Dave stole my hat.
Apparently she's a horrible person, just as we perceived it. Everybody's, I don't know.
I mean, that's what they say.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. It's really kind of great. And it's funny because if you watch The Crown ever, the guy who abdicated the throne for another girl like this was also a horrible person. So that's what usually happens, but these guys fall for these bad girls, which is kind of sexy, and I totally get it. Also, a man pardoned by Donald Trump last week for being in January 6th and his hijinks in January 6th just got shot dead by a traffic cop after an altercation. So it turns out this guy just likes being in places where there's going to be an altercation, and that's not good either.
And that's that.
What?
And that's that.
That's that. That's that. He's never coming back, and that's that. We did everything we could, and just didn't work out. And finally, I noticed that, those Just Stop Oil assholes we always show in the things, Mike, in the photos? They always interrupt stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called Just Stop Oil, and they're advocates for something, but they interrupt stuff. They're really rude. So Sigourney Weaver's doing a show in London of the Shakespeare The Tempest, and they interrupted the show while she's there. But if you see the video, it just shows how fucking cool Sigourney Weaver is. She really is badass. She just sits there, doesn't say a word, doesn't do anything until she's taken off stage by like one of the producers or something, like a guy. It's just she handles it so calm and cool. She really is, Ripley from Aliens. She's just badass cool. But God, you hate these people. They just have to ruin everybody's good time. It's one of the reasons Sarah made everybody put their phone in a locked. Oh, there it is. See, she's just sitting there, and this guy's coming from the stage. Yeah, you can see it. And she just sits there, and she's doing. And then these assholes come up, and they just stand there with this thing. And this guy is so confused. He's part of the show.
He was part of the show.
Yeah. And she just there's another footage where you can see her with this guy but she just sits there calmly until this guy brings her off. I didn't see that part where they're saying fuck, or maybe the audience is yelling fuck off.
Yeah, the audience is yelling.
The audience is yelling, but this guy handles it also very professionally and gets them to go. I mean, it's peaceful, but the thing is, if you don't have your phones, like at the Comedy Cellar here, there's not going to be protests. When you go to see when you went to see my show, they lock up your phone.
Yeah.
So
you have to keep it in.
That's why they don't have that here.
Yeah.
Nobody has a phone. There's no protest. So a lot
true.
of comedians are spending a lot of extra money to do that away. So
it happens that often?
It happens that often.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's bad because people just, Oh, Anonymous says she was at Sarah's show. You heard me announce her? Oh, that's exciting. Oh, that's fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I announced her on Friday. Well, I got this frantic call on Friday, 2 hours before the show. Dave, you have to bring Sarah on. You have to bring Sarah. So I thought I was going on and doing time at the Beacon,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I thought it was at the Beacon.
It was at the Beacon.
I thought it was at the Comedy Cellar.
No, that was the day before. The next day, I got a call 2 hours before the show. So you gotta get over here. You gotta get over here early. And then it turned out I was just announcing her from behind a curtain. And I loved it. And I'm like, and now,
But it wasn't a bit. You were just like, it's Sarah Silverman.
No, it was just like, well, the funny thing is, first I was introducing her boyfriend Rory, and so they just wanted me to start. Yeah, he used to be the showrunner for The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. And I'm like, that's the way you want to start the show? Shouldn't we say, good evening and welcome to the historic Beacon? Like, yeah. Let's do that. We'll do that. Like, and I'm like, yeah, it just makes a lot of sense.
It's just, yeah.
Anonymous said her boyfriend was good too. Yeah, good. Yeah, he was good. And JWB, she was good. It's a great show. It's all about her parents dying and stuff, even though it doesn't sound funny. She makes it funny, obviously. She's really good. And so it's just like, and now your pal, Sarah Silverman. Just all straight announcing, but I loved it. I just thought
it's going to be on Netflix.
I don't know. I was thinking about that, but Anonymous heard it because she was in the audience, which is great. But I don't know whether her show's going to be on Netflix. I was wondering if my announcing would be.
I hope
was like, that would be so exciting.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm guessing it won't, but I don't know. Okay, so here we are with Haly Vantaso, which is one of the greatest names in the history of show business.
Thank you.
And Haly, I believe, wants to be an actress.
Correct.
And if I looked like you, I would do the same thing. Now, I know I wanted to be an actor, but if I looked like you, it would be a no-brainer. No, why wouldn't she? So
yeah, I'm only doing it so I can just look good on camera. That's the only reason.
Why wouldn't you? That's exactly the right thing to do. Well, you are very beautiful.
Thank you.
And that's why we're friends.
Of course.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you came up to me after the show and you weren't attractive,
I mean, like, yeah, you'd think I was a psycho.
I would have been like, where's the security? Where's the security?
Yeah, exactly.
But Haly has been really cool and kind enough that she's going to let us look at her brand new headshots and kind of look, and we'll all decide today which is the best one. I already have a favorite.
Which you haven't told me.
I have not told you. So I thought that's what we do today. Is everybody on board with that? Would that be fun? I think it'll be super fun. And it's really cool of you to do this. I thought you were going to be like, but then I'm like,
no.
She can't be like that because
no, not at all.
We have to put it out there.
I actually do want opinions. Absolutely.
And the most important thing I can tell you is confidence. And going in like, yeah, I'm going to nail this audition. I'm going to do this because for years, I've just never been that way. And obviously I'm not.
No, 100%.
We're comedians
100%.
And comedians have no confidence.
But you have to.
You have to. Otherwise, you have to have confidence in life and you get places. I've seen comics that are so horrible, but they have so much confidence, it just pisses you off.
I was just about to say, you could have the worst material, but if you have confidence, it makes up for it. You could have the best material, but if you have no confidence, it ruins it.
It's funny. That's what Sarah said to me after Thursday. Remember, I told you it wasn't a very good show because they didn't know who to expect. No,
you didn't tell me
Thursday. I just told you at the bar. It's just at the Comedy Cellar.
Oh.
Like, what was it? I just told you that it wasn't.
He didn't tell me.
Yes, I did.
I
said it was difficult to perform because the audience is expecting something.
You're talking about the jazz?
Remembering.
The jazz.
No, I'm talking about the Comedy Cellar on Thursday when I opened for Sarah.
Got it.
Oh boy. Anyway, it was this super secret pop-up show. I've told you about it on my podcast. And, I was opening for it, but the audience does not know why they're there. They know it's going to be somebody big. They don't know. So the comedy is a disaster because you might as well just say, before we bring up Bruce Springsteen, let's bring up this guy. But Sarah had told me, she goes, I thought your jokes were really good and you had a lot of confidence in them, which is why I think she called me the next day and said,
what, did no one laugh?
Juskow. It wasn't great. Liz here just goes, Juskow, you want a copy of that set?
I wish I was there.
Anyway, So anyway, why don't we take a look at the first one, and you guys chime in and see if what you think. This is Haly. I think very gorgeous stuff.
That was I had 4 different looks. So this was the last one, and it was kind of just go with the flow, I guess, more glamorous. And
well, I like the color of your hair here. I mean, I know it's your regular color, but I like that it's heightened a little bit to be a little bit more brownish red. And every picture you have, your eyes are incredible. Are they green?
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, they're green. Thank you. Yeah, like
perfect.
they're green.
My sister and I talk about having eyes like that for our whole lives. What it would be like. They're
is it
brown.
light brown.
Yes,
though.
light brown. That's true. It says that
I
on my
think-
driver's license. Light brown.
Light brown.
I was wondering for years. I was like, "Who is Lieutenant Brown?"
I bet they are hazel in the sun.
No, I
No?
think they're always just brown.
No.
My sister has hazel eyes,
Oh.
but she's so unattractive that nobody cares. Hey, Catalina, how are you? We're just looking at some modeling pictures. Let's go to the next one. See how we feel about this. Oh yeah, I don't like that one.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Why?
I don't know.
So my sister.
Yeah, first of all, I think you're too thin in this picture.
Yeah, I honestly look anorexic. I'm not.
And the
I don't-
smile doesn't seem real.
See, I got the opposite. Everyone thinks that I look genuinely happy in it. I mean, was it a real smile? I don't.
To me, it seems
No, it
phony.
had to be a real smile because I wasn't smiling for the camera. It had to be someone made a funny comment. Too quirky.
Too quirky. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no, I like-
Hellspawn said definitely looks like she could play a woman who killed her husband.
I would love to.
Hilarious.
That would be honestly really fun.
That would be fun. Isabella just joined.
Hey, is he? Is he?
Yeah. Let's go to the next one.
So this is probably one of my favorites, and this one was more supposed to be like type A personality, like the girl from Devil Wears Prada, Emily from Devil Wears.
Oh,
type
yes,
A.
because I know we were just talking about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
who in Devil Wears Prada? Now you got my attention. I'm like, wait, who do you mean in
Yeah,
Devil Wears
yeah,
Prada? Yeah. that makes
type
sense.
A-
Somebody says anonymous in a Lifetime original movie. You could totally be in. Yeah.
in a
But they also say a
lifetime.
little too serious. But you have to have
But
a
that's
varying headshot, so the good serious is good.
but that's my honestly that's my face when I'm taking picture. I just have a serious face. Even if I may look mad, even if I'm
I just
not.
don't like the top, which is why I think I like the other ones coming up because you look
Okay.
incredible in the next top. I think
You're talking about the red one?
yeah, the red. Yeah, let's go to the next
I'm
one.
surprised you thought.
Yeah, so that's a great one.
Really?
Yeah, that's good. Your face
Okay.
looks incredible.
Thank you.
It's a little pouty.
The only thing, yeah, it
People
is.
like that.
I was really uncomfortable because if you look at my neck, which I don't like to look at my neck because there's like a million rolls.
Oh, I see it
was
now.
very
I didn't even
uncomfortable.
notice it until you pointed it out.
was
Mike, go
very
back to the last
uncomfortable.
one because somebody made an incredible comment, which actually makes a lot of sense.
What?
This one looks more like a headshot for a law firm website. Yeah, it does.
Okay, so if I'm
Do you know how many
auditioning-
hot girls are in law firm websites? I look at them all the time. It's like perfect.
Okay, so if I want to be a lawyer, strong
If I
talk,
saw
thank
you in this site, I would have to talk to you at the law firm. So let's go back to the other one, which I do like a lot. But I
Okay.
see what you're saying about you don't want to hand that in. I didn't notice that before.
Do I not?
No,
Can I
because
not?
everybody notices everything. So, right, Mike, what do you think?
What's that?
The neck part, it's like,
I mean, yeah.
or I would never have noticed it if you pointed out. I wonder if anybody else would.
It's the first thing I saw.
Is it true? Oh,
Same.
let's go to the next one. This is my favorite now. I mean, one of this outfit. Oh, not this one. This one I can't stand. I don't know what this is.
Wait,
what
I
are you
didn't-
doing there?
I didn't even have that one. I didn't have that one polished, so I shouldn't have sent that to you.
Oh,
I didn't even send this one to you.
Well, what I mean,
So I don't know what I was doing there.
Oh.
I just thought it was that was totally candid. I have no idea what I was doing, but I posted it. I didn't have it polished or anything, but I posted it unedited on my story because I thought it was like a cool picture.
2 seconds
I
after
guess-
chugging a Mountain Dew is what I would call it.
Okay, so
she
this
could be a
one's
character on Billions.
this
or
one's a
Suits.
no-go. I was never gonna send this one in.
Scruffy says that's from Dave's personal collection.
Why is this from a car window?
You hear what he said? Why is this from a car window? This picture is taken.
Yeah.
No, he's making fun of me being a stalker.
Oh.
Go to the next one is finally the red. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. Are you kidding me? This I would hire you in a second. Look, the eyes are accented. The lips look good. The color, I like the nail polish, even with the red. This is a great picture, I think.
So this is one of your favorite?
No, I think the last one is my favorite picture, but I love all of them in the red. No, the last one coming up.
I thought you meant, I was like, okay.
No, just by coincidence, the last one is my favorite one, I think. But
so
I think there's two
with
more.
the red sweater, when I had that one, that look was more, I was going for if I were to be in like a European love story, honestly. Something like that.
Huh. Anonymous says this is it. This is your headshot.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I agree. It's really good, but there's better, I think. Or maybe, I mean, this is really good. So what's the next one, Mike? I like all these ones in the red.
There it goes.
And maybe it's because that's good. Maybe it's because the black background isn't for you. You know, the other ones were in a black background.
Yeah, this one was in front of a window I was in Brooklyn taking these.
Brooklyn. Yeah, we're not doing my new shots now.
Yeah, his is obviously the one in the towel.
But the New York City was in the background. I'll show it. I took a picture, but the view was incredible.
I just on my bonus show, if you join Patreon, I showed my 80s headshot, and ironically, just
I want to see.
80s, yeah, I have it on my phone. I'll show you. So this one, I believe, I guess this next one coming up is the one I like the most.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Now I like the one that
I'm confused.
Anonymous likes.
I didn't get that one edited. Did I?
Well, like I said, I've been.
Yes, I did. I did.
I linked into your computer, and
no, I did.
Had some of the other shots sent to me as well.
I was gonna say
a place you got them done, and
yeah, clearly because
I'm like, yeah, can I get a couple? Yeah, Anonymous says you look too skinny in the black top. That's exactly what we were saying.
Yeah, I do.
So yeah, so these are great. And okay, so I'm going to go back where Anonymous says the third. If you go back, Mike, 2, I think I'm going to choose, and Anonymous just chose it too. That's the one.
Okay.
I mean, it's perfect. You look perfect. It's everything about it's perfect. Your hair looks amazing. Your eyes are incredible. Your eyebrows look good. Your lips look good. Everything looks good, and it's posed well, and it's framed well. So, Mike, what do you think?
Okay, cool.
I like this one because she looks mad. But
mad and pouty is always good too.
Yeah, I'm mad and like everyone.
The pouty is good too. But yeah,
I think the first one and the one you like are the two best ones.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one's good too.
Yeah,
but I love that. I think I love this.
Okay,
I love this.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, I have 3 pictures of this in my house already.
Scruffy says the last one or the
last or first one. Oh, you like the last one too? Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I was thinking more that's a good headshot. You know, that's a normal acting headshot.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely works. It's so funny. I guarantee my sister would love to just have different looks like this. Her headshot was disgusting.
And then
well, she's the one who told you.
Yeah, she's the one who told you about it. Well, for her son, she got him done.
And Tiffany agrees with you, Dave.
Tiffany agrees with me on the shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. That was kind of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So now I have a game to play. We've been doing this last couple of weeks here when we're in the studio with a guest. I thought of a really fun one. You are young, which makes things fun. And I thought this would be fun. It also reflects I am teaching a class now called The End of Network Television. So a lot of times I'm so thinking about television in my head, or if I'm doing a movie class that I, just like, well, this will be fun for me. It's relevant to what I'm doing, in my classes. And I think it'll be fun for all of us. Not making fun of you, but this is exciting for the people that know the shows. So basically,
what set me up for failure?
No. What it is, it's a guessing game. There's no way. What I'm gonna, I guarantee half of these people won't know the shows by the descriptions.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do. Anonymous is like, I can't stop wishing Dave was going to be at jury duty with me tomorrow. Sorry.
Also, your aunt wants to clarify your sister was beautiful or is beautiful.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. Anyway, so sorry. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to describe a sitcom to you, or a show. Yeah, sitcom mostly.
Okay.
The description of the sitcom, the premise,
Okay.
and you tell me with the description whether the show actually was picked up,
Oh, okay.
and lasted a period of time, or was just a pilot and only aired once.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like the name of it.
No, because you wouldn't know the name.
No, exactly. Okay.
But you might know the names of some of them. They're all from like the 80s.
No, I'm into that. Okay, this is.
But
fine.
you might know some of them because they're still on the air. Or something.
Okay.
So we'll start with this one, which is technically one could be considered an easy one. But my guess is you've probably never heard of it. A shepherd on the Mediterranean island of Mypos moves to Chicago to live with his cousin Larry, and hijinks ensue.
So just based on what you said, I'm going to say that it aired because you thought that I.
That's true. I did kind of ruin it.
Would've
So you're
seen
saying
it.
it went to series. Mike, do you know, or does the Anonymous got it immediately? Mike, did you know what it was?
I would have known just by Meepos. Yeah.
You would have known by Mypos. Let's put up the picture. Anonymous is completely right. The answer is Perfect Strangers. Perfect Strangers lasted for 8 seasons from 86 to 93.
Yep. And was the what Family Matters came from?
From what?
Family Matters was a spinoff.
That's right. Family Matters was a spinoff from Perfect Stranger. Remember Urkel?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So, okay. So Anonymous says, I love this game. That's all I wanted to hear. Scruffy says 2 seasons, but that is not true. 8 seasons. 8 seasons. Here is the next one. A single mother of 2 kids and a single woman looking for love are 2 beauticians in Ohio. It stars Lauren Tweez, who was on the Love Boat for 10 years. So she's a big star. Vicki Lawrence, who was on the Carol Burnett Show for 12 years, and Joaquin Phoenix. Did this show go to series?
I mean, it's pretty basic. So no.
No.
I don't know. It's a basic storyline.
It's a basic storyline, but some of these basic storylines, I mean, we just sort of
Okay, so
shepherd on a thing. No, you were right the first time.
okay.
You should stick to your conviction.
Oh,
What about
okay.
that confidence we were talking
No,
about?
okay.
No, you're absolutely right. It's called Anything for Love. It was never picked up from 1985 with Julie from the Love Boat and Vicki Lawrence. Oh, thank you, Isabella. That's very nice.
Hi,
and-
Izzy.
And the best part is this next picture. This was his stage name until he changed it back. Leaf Phoenix,
Oh,
whose actual name is Joaquin Phoenix, but he was using his stage name, which because I know your name is fake, Haly Vantaso. I mean,
Obviously.
I'm not going to lie to you. Haly just got a stripper pole in her, but she's taking pole dancing lessons. Now,
As
would
a
you
side
just
hobby.
keep your name, Haly Vantaso?
If I became an actual stripper,
Yeah.
no, I'd have a.
Because it is perfect.
I'd definitely come up with a.
It's a great
stripper
name, and it's.
But yes, I did start pole dancing classes as a hobby on the side.
She said I could talk about it.
Yes, no, absolutely. It's so cool. It's sick. I love it.
It is. It's funny
fun.
because any
It's
guy.
a great workout, but as of right now, I mean, who knows the circumstances?
But the thing is, with pole dancing, as we like to make fun, guys, when we've been to strip clubs, those women are incredible what they can do on that pole. The way that they're just holding it like this and was it vertical or whatever? Like the fact that they
it's
can
sick.
keep
It's
themselves
awesome.
up.
Yeah.
So it is obviously a good form of exercise, and I
Yeah.
know it's a thing. It's just there's nothing funnier than you wanting to be an actress and then you just started pole dancing. I mean, the whole thing is just working, which I told her that happened to me, and I ended up in gay porn, as all of us do. Okay, everybody seems to like this game. Get ready for this one, Mike.
okay.
A Chicago police detective killed in the line of duty has his spirit transferred into a flatulent English bulldog, and the dog continues to solve crimes. It stars Peter Boyle, who was a movie star and played Ray Romano's father for 10 years, and friend of this show, Amy Yazbek, who was married to John Ritter, who produced the show. And its theme song was composed by a member of the band The Police in Andy Summers. Does go to series?
So I think it's funny, and I think it should have gone to series, but I don't think it did go to series.
I'm looking at everybody else's answers. Mike, your thoughts?
You got to remember, I can already see the pictures, but
Oh,
so it's not great to ask me for this.
okay, sorry. It did not go to series. You are correct. You got it completely right. It's called, Mike, you want to put it up? Puchinsky.
And I am so angry.
I would have watched it. That's funny.
I know. It aired once, July 9th, 1990, and that's it. And if you go to the next picture, you can see, I don't know how it doesn't work. You know, this is my favorite thing. It's a puppet dog, and he was solving crimes. And you're like, come on, is Peter Boyle doing the voice?
What happened? Did the dog catch fire? What happened? Why did we not get this gold?
I don't know, but it's pissing me off to this day.
If this had gone to series, we wouldn't. We got 12 years of this. We never would have had Everyone Loves Raymond.
That's right. Thank goodness. I'm not a fan, but God, can you go back to the other picture? I just love that puppet dog. Puchinsky.
Hey.
We'll continue in a moment.
Yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree. That's what he's saying in this next photo, by the way. I'm positive.
I'm gonna go and
you're
watch
right.
the episode.
You can watch the pilot.
Yeah,
on
I'm gonna watch
YouTube. It's all horrible quality, but produced by John Ritter, music by Andy Summers from The Police, and it doesn't go to series. What the fuck?
Dave, can we buy the rights to Puchinsky? We got to be able to do
say,
this.
what do a reboot.
Yeah,
you're right. I need to. Yes.
Yeah.
Would we still make it a bulldog?
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah,
I don't like bulldogs. I'd rather make it like a.
but he's a cop. It's about the cop.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's a Peter. Well, perfect for Peter Boyle.
What was that one we played? McDuff.
McGruff was the crime dog.
No. So what's the one that I knew the theme song to? He's a half ghost, half dog. It was a Saturday morning cartoon. Half dog, half ghost. I am the most.
Oh, I don't. That was one I wasn't aware of.
I
did find it, but I didn't know what it was.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
We talked about this. McGruff. No, you said that's the crime dogs. McDuff. I think it was McDuff. All right. Anyway, here's the next one. Let's see if everybody can get it. An alien life form crash lands in the garage of a suburban middle-class family in California and ends up living with them and their cat Lucky. It was produced by Bernie Brillstein, who produced The Sopranos and Ghostbusters. Anonymous already got it. So did A Week Late.
I didn't see, but I think it made it.
Is it because I already said somebody got it?
No, I swear I didn't see who. But
what would make you think that it went to series?
Because it's just something that would go to series, and it just sounds like, I don't know.
You're completely correct. Everybody got it right. 4 seasons and 100 episodes. The show's name is Alf. This is a real show. Have you ever heard of it?
I've seen that image of whatever that is. What is Alien?
Yes, he's from the planet Melmac.
I didn't know
that. It lasted from 87 to 90, and it was in the top 10 in the ratings for 2 seasons.
Did you watch it?
Everybody watched it.
Yeah. Did you
Nobody liked it.
No. Oh, okay.
Everyone liked it until the last year when it got old.
Yeah.
And then it didn't end. It ended on a cliffhanger.
I have another picture. You can go to the next one, too. I think it's the family.
Yep.
Yeah. So I showed this in my class because this is 2 of the writers on it committed suicide. It's like one was on heroin, and the episode that he wrote, this guy that was on heroin, they made a movie about him.
So he was on drugs. Stiller. Whoever came up with this,
not who came up with it. The writers on it, and
they
just had so much trouble that fact that it was successful, and they were writing on this stupid show. They just
they couldn't deal with the success,
right?
Oh, wow.
Well, no, because it was just sad for them, I guess. I don't know. It's hard. Exactly, they couldn't deal with it, and
Alf was one of those things where it's looked back as bad television. It's like the epitome of bad TV,
right? And yet it was in the top 10.
Yeah,
for 2 years.
Okay,
yeah. So, right, Anonymous was 8, so she thought it was awesome.
It's unwatchable now.
Yeah,
I would
unwatchable.
Say.
So I was showing the kids one of the ones that the guy who wrote it. Now this guy, again, there was a movie based on him called Permanent Midnight with Ben Stiller, who plays him. And I showed them the episode he was writing, and it turns out Alf is in love with the daughter, and it's really awkward.
Yeah. And don't look up what happened to the dad.
Well, what happened to the dad?
He became a crack addict, and there's like pictures of him.
Like in the show, or
Yeah, well, that would have been better. That would have been way better
As
for
the
finale.
actor?
That guy became a crack addict? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's those photos of him being a gay crack addict.
Remember, Elon Gold used to do an incredible imitation of him. I didn't know because
Hopefully before the show.
Arnie used to tell me about him. He used to work with him in the Norm show.
Mm.
You sure that guy had troubles?
Yeah, famously.
Oh, he was really an interesting guy because he had this voice. He was a kind of a meek character. And he was in he was in a Cheers episode. He was in this. Then he was in the Norm series. I didn't know he
Well,
had
I'm definitely going to
trouble.
go home and watch this now for sure.
Well, this is good.
Yeah.
And everybody's excited about Puchinsky.
Yeah. Oh, and also, this is what you were talking about, right? Sorry. For the other dog show.
I want to say McDuff. Is that? Oh yeah, that's the one because that's that girl, Mike, from Airplane.
Yeah.
Would you like a cup of coffee? How do you take it? Black, like my men. She says that in the movie Airplane.
That little girl.
That little girl, and at that age,
Oh my
not
God.
grown up. Black, like my men. It's the best.
Yeah.
Mike, is it not the best?
It's the best. And it was called MacDuff. You were correct.
McDuff.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just got it right. He's a ghost dog.
Ooh.
Again, better than Alf. Not.
Yeah. Anything's better.
All right. Here's the next one. You ready for this?
Yeah.
A mother and father abandon their daughter at a shopping mall. They leave her alone with her dog, and the abandoned daughter and the dog find an abandoned apartment to live in, and the building manager takes her to live with her, and hijinks ensue. Is that a series?
It could go either way. I'm gonna go with sure. Sure.
I mean, that's a pretty dark thing to be a series. A mother and father abandon their daughter in a shopping mall.
there's a lot
They
of-
never come back.
Okay.
It's
So,
a sitcom, though.
okay, fine. Then it's not. It didn't.
No, it did. Have
Oh.
more confidence. You were right.
Well,
I
you're
was
playing.
giving you. Yes,
you're
I'm trying.
playing
I'm
with
trying. I
me.
want you to be convicted. I want some conviction. No, I'm sticking to my guns.
Yeah.
You were correct. Nobody seems to. Oh, a week late. Totally got it. You're absolutely right.
Mhm.
The answer is you put it on the screen.
I've gotten actually every single one right.
Yes, you
First
have.
time I've answered.
Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster lasted 4 seasons and 88 episodes from 84 to 88. If you look at the second picture here.
What did you think of it?
Oh, it was awful.
Oh, it's all okay.
But I love doing that guy who would go, "Oh, Punky."
Yeah.
So that's the guy, the mall.
He was he was the landlord of he was the building manager,
Yeah.
and then kind of adopted her by the end of the
adopted her, and then
series.
who are the other people?
The neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was better than Different Strokes, but not as good as the Red Fox show where he adopts an orphan. So,
What show was that?
I forget what it's called, but
I don't remember that.
it's the voice of Bobby Hill, whatever her name is.
This Brittany Murphy?
No,
Oh.
she was the Luann.
But this lasted 4 seasons, and there's almost 100 episodes.
And a cartoon series.
Oh, that's right, and a cartoon series. Meanwhile, she grew up hot. She was on a Friends episode. Do you watch Friends?
I know.
She's on a Friends episode where she's dating Joey, and she's always hitting him, and she's like, "Oh, I can't. You got to break up with her because she's always hitting me." And her and Jennifer Aniston start hitting anybody. She was also on Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I used to watch that when I was younger.
Well, she was in the later seasons. She lived with her and that girl from Clueless,
Okay.
Lisa Donovan, I
Yeah.
think. She was grown up then.
Okay.
Her name is Sully Moonfry.
I can't wait to. Oh, in real life.
Soleil Moonfry.
Soleil
I can't wait to
Moonfry.
watch all of these.
All right. Are you ready for this one? Is everybody ready for this one? Are you sitting down? Have you had enough to eat? Because here we go. Adolf Hitler and Ava Braun living in suburbia next door to a Jewish family named the Goldsteins. Did this sitcom go? Or
Yeah.
yes?
No.
Make up your mind.
Can you
A
repeat
sitcom.
it?
Adolf Hitler and Ava Braun living in suburbia next to a Jewish family named the Goldsteins.
No.
Hijinks ensue.
No.
No, it did not. It's called Heil, Honey, I'm Home. However, it's a British show. It aired once September 30th, 1990, but they did make 8 episodes, and 7 of them are unaired.
Didn't it like not even finish the episode? Something like that?
No, there's 8 episodes.
No, I know, but didn't
all
they like
animated.
not even finish airing the episode? or
Yeah,
something?
they didn't air 7 of. Oh, you mean even when they aired it once?
Yeah, didn't they like not finish?
Oh,
the
I don't know. Go to the next one. I mean, this was a real show. And obviously, after it
animated.
did air, like Mike is saying, they might have pulled it off before it even finished, but you can
Probably for
actually
the
watch
best.
it.
Wait, was it animated or not?
No, this is it. This is the
What
show.
was the first picture?
The animation was just a card called.
It was the
Oh.
opening.
But this is the opening. Neil McCall played Adolf. And if you go to the next one, there he is domesticated with Ava. And he's like, I cannot believe you burned the roast. You know, it's like that's the gag. And they live next to the Gold. The Goldbergs have invited us over for dinner tonight. How myself? It's pretty fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I think what I was thinking was apocryphal. I'm sorry.
That what?
I was not accurate with my statement.
Yes, this was a real show in the UK a week late, right? It was a real show, and it only aired once. But you were right that it did not technically go to series because the other episodes were unaired.
Yeah.
So you were correct. Even if you said it did at first,
I did,
you were
but
correct
I needed,
on everything.
but I needed you to repeat it, and then I was like,
Yeah.
fuck no.
No, it's a mess. This is.
Yeah,
like a
I think the
throwaway.
story is they got canceled before it finished airing. That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes
While it was just like the Seinfeld pilot. Okay, but it just aired. Well, I just got the job. All right. A couple more. Are you having a good time?
yeah.
All right, good. It looks like the audience is too. A 17-year-old couch potato who views life and his family as if they were on television. It's produced and stars Eddie Murphy at the
Yes.
height of his career and Fran Drescher from The Nanny.
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Really?
Yeah, can you believe it?
Yeah. No, I can't. I was actually.
It's called What's Allan
I was
Watching?
confident on
It
that.
aired once on February 27th, 1989. And if you go to the next one, how could it? What? Eddie Murphy's in it and it didn't work? What?
Yeah. No, I'm surprised.
Exactly. Isn't this fun?
Yeah.
I remember watching it. It was a weird show.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
But
But it only
absolutely
aired
awful.
once,
Only aired one. It was
and
just
you
the
saw
pilot.
the one time that it aired.
I've
Well, it
seen
aired as a
everything, but yeah, it airs as a special. But
It really wasn't good.
I saw all these when I was younger because
Okay.
I
Well,
was obsessed with anything.
When I watched it, it wasn't necessarily bad, but it was so different from anything that's happening on TV at the time.
Gil Bravo just said, "Is that Ryan Hamilton?" That is hilarious. That is an excellent guess because it totally looks like him. You know the comedian Ryan Hamilton? I'll take you to see him. He's terrific.
If it had
Okay.
aired on Fox 5 years later, it would have gone to.
Oh, you're so right, Mike. You're so right. It would have been like Parker Lewis Can't Lose or something.
yeah,
right?
Herman's Head.
One of those Fox. Exactly. Nice. Here we go. The lives of the waitresses and a wisecracking pianist who makes rude comments to the women at a posh restaurant located atop the Bonaventure Hotel in Los Angeles, California. It's a show about waitresses and a wisecracking pianist who work at a very posh restaurant on the roof of a hotel.
I mean, that's fine, but if it did air, I don't think it should have. I'm gonna say no.
Why? Because the pianist makes rude comments to the women?
I just you
But this is in the 80s.
no, that's
no
not
one
even
cared about
why.
that.
No, that's
So
not
what
even
makes
why.
you think that it shouldn't have aired?
Because it's just too limited. Like, yeah, you can have like an episode but it would get old soon.
A week
That's what I
late.
think.
A week late is guessing that it did not air, and your comment was that it would get old soon. Well, let me tell you, it was on for 10 fucking years. It's called It's a Living.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was on 6 seasons, over 120 episodes from 80 to 89. They
Way
switched
off.
cast members. Like, this was the beginning when it was on NBC. Then they went to syndication. Go to the next picture. And I think the only star for it was Crystal Bernard, who ended up in Wings. Sorry, it's so low. And that was the wisecracking pianist.
Yep.
And lasted 10 years. And you were right in the sense no one even knew it was on.
I remember watching that show.
So no one
Marcy
watched-
goes, I loved this show. Marcy got it. It's
Yeah.
a living. really nobody watched it.
I watched it on syndication on USA or wherever it was, and I realized I wasn't gay.
Did you like it?
You know why I liked it? Because it used to air Saturdays at 7, and that was just a good time for TV watching.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a show on Saturdays at 7. This is before the internet and everything. Well, people were getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
It was good to have on in the background.
Yeah.
So I liked it a lot in that sense.
Okay.
But it's a bad show.
Like, it's just not, the script isn't.
8 years of clavicles and puffy hair.
Yeah.
No, it's not a good show. It's just not a good show. It's not well written.
It was
It's not well
generic.
edited. It was generic.
It was generic, but you got to see half a boob every episode. So
The half of what?
you get to see half cleavage every episode.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. That's true. These girls were pretty, and I'd watch it for that reason, and really that reason only. So if they had boy problems and they were dating, I'll watch any show like that. I was watching Head of the Class, which was on in the 80s.
Yeah.
There's a really pretty redheaded girl named Christine Haji, and every time the credit would, because it's on these old channels on cable, it says Christy goes on a date. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch because she's really pretty. So I'm a sucker for this. If you were on a show, I'd be watching it no matter what it was.
If what?
If you were on a show, I'd be watching it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I fall for that all the time.
And to answer, like, I guess if she had a question, most of the episodes were about like their home life. Like, if she was a single mom, so it was like dealing with like that. So the restaurant was more of a backdrop.
Yeah, and she was the
Struggling
restaurant
pretty
manager,
woman.
and he was the cook, and that was the pianist. So.
Yeah.
Plus, there was something interesting about a rooftop restaurant, so the set looked good.
Yeah, back when those were
was
swanky
it
instead of
set?
weird.
At the Bonaventure Hotel in Los Angeles, California.
LA.
All right, let's move on. Marcy loved it. It's so funny. Here's one for you. As a special favor to her dying friend, the wife of a police chief, a housekeeper looks after the chief's 3 teenage daughters. As a special favor to her dying friend, who was the wife of a police chief, a housekeeper looks after the chief's 3 teenage daughters. Is that a series, or is that just a pilot with good intentions?
Pilot with good intentions.
I'm just looking at the Scruffy says it ran. The actual answer, Haly, is they made 137 episodes
Okay,
of this
I was
show.
actually gonna say that yes, but then you said, but then I
Don't go by me. I'm
was
you
going
gotta
by
be
you.
confident. It's called Give Me a Break. It lasted 6 seasons, 137 episodes.
I actually was gonna say yes.
Oh, a week late said no run.
Yeah.
If you go to the
you
next
seen
one, what?
Have you seen
Give me
it?
a break.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So it was.
I watched it because I liked that. Well, actually, that's not the original girl. That's the girl they replaced her with. The original oldest daughter was Carrie Michelson, who I now follow on Instagram, who was incredibly hot. And I think that's Joey Lawrence on the right.
Yep.
And so was this the show where he goes, whoa, or was that Blossom?
That was Blossom.
Oh, yeah. So he grew up to be kind of hot. As a matter of fact, when Sarah Silverman was first starting out, Joey Lawrence had his own show with, I think, his brother. In fact, it was called Brotherly Love. It took place in Philadelphia, and Sarah had a makeout scene with Joey Lawrence on television. I'll never forget. Like in the 90s, it was hilarious. But yeah, this show went. Crazy premise.
And it was really popular. It was good.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty popular. That's Nell Carter.
It wasn't a bad show.
It wasn't a horrible show. And she sang the opening theme. She was a singer. She was in Dreamgirls. I think she originated the role on Broadway. So a lot of times they would give Broadway stars shows like this, and this one worked. All right, this is an interesting one.
Oh, real quick.
Oh yeah.
If you look at this comment.
Every time Dave says hot, I'm gonna take a shot. What can I do? Okay. A pretty
Hot
wife.
Shots with Dave.
What?
Hot Shots with Dave.
That's the name of my new show. A pretty wife and mother who, after the untimely death of her husband, Big Jim Malloy, replaces him as sheriff of Berg County, Indiana, and tries to maintain the law, care for her 3 children, and deal with a group of mischievous deputies. It stars Corey Feldman from The Goonies and Chicago Bears legend Dick Butkus.
Yes.
That crazy premise you think went to series.
Yeah.
You're incorrect. It was called Cass Malloy, and now I have to question the word in the premise where they say a pretty wife and mother.
Thank
Come
you.
on.
Oh,
Girl.
she's fine.
No, that is not the word pretty that you use on her. That I remember when they did Adventures in Babysitting, they always had the premise written a pretty babysitter. And I'm like, Elizabeth Shue, now I'm going to watch because she really was pretty. This, I'm not falling for pretty. Haly's pretty. That's when you would use the word pretty. Pretty shouldn't be in this sentence. I mean, she's
This
okay,
was back then.
but I wouldn't use. Yeah, but I'm going to. So anyway, this show aired once, July 21st, 1982. I think there's another photo.
She's pretty.
Or was that it? Was that the second one? Or
Isn't it?
yeah, oh, there she. Really? You would say, but you'd use it as a pretty wife. I'm not. No, I've seen so much prettier on television. I just wouldn't say. I would just say a wife and mother.
Yeah, no.
That's all. When they say pretty, I'm expecting. Well, you'll see what's coming up, and then you'll see my point.
Like I see.
She's a pretty real world wife, not a pretty TV wife.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying, and I don't understand why they put that in the sentence, and I have to take umbrage with that.
She would play the quirky friend in most TV shows.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
Exactly. She is pretty, but I just wouldn't use it as the premise to describe the show because that takes you in a different direction.
Like you wouldn't typecast her as like you would.
No, I would not. I would typecast her as Mike
Or-
was just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
if you're comparing her to like Suzanne Summers and Mary Tyler Moore, you're right. Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. Here's the next one. A young woman whose husband, the sheriff of Lakes County, Nevada, died suddenly. Now, a widow with 2 children to support, not 3, Hildy accepts the county commissioner's offer to appoint her to serve as sheriff herself. Despite her lack of relevant experience, the show focuses on her efforts to handle the daily problems of locals, tourists, while working with 4 of her deputies. Did that show go?
Yes,
What makes you say that?
because it went. It's
You're correct. It did go. It's the exact same premise as the other,
Yeah.
but this time a pretty housewife. See, she
and
was,
with a little more added, a little bit more.
but she's pretty,
drama
and she's like a legendary pretty.
yeah.
Like no, but she was on a show before this called Three's Company, where she was the hot one. So this one you would say a pretty woman. Like this one you could see. She's beautiful, and she was just known as the hot girl on Three's Company. So I'd use it. But anyway, how funny is it that the other show with the exact same premise,
Well, they
didn't
gave it.
go.
They gave more obstacles of this.
then they just cut it down to 2 kids, moved her to Nevada instead of Indiana, and it's the exact same show.
Yeah.
And it lasted 2 seasons with 50 episodes, and no one ever saw 1 episode. Am I right, Mike?
It did not do well.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was.
You
not,
can't even find them like on syndication or DVD or
It's
anything. Yeah.
so bad. It started at NBC and then it moved to syndication. And it's funny, if you look it up online, it says, it says that it's like it won its time slot like the first week or something. They were so excited about it, but because they were bringing her back, she was such a huge. Look, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, because she famously left Three's Company.
Yeah, she famously got fired from Three's Company, and and of course, I don't know whether you know, back at that time around 1983, there was you ever hear of Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
So he used to have these movies called Dirty Harry movies, and he had this movie called Sudden Impact where the slogan was, "Go ahead, make my day." So they took that. They say, "Go ahead,
Go
make
ahead,
her
make-
day." She's the sheriff. With Suzanne Summers in charge, the Lake County Jail never looked so good. Tonight at 7:30. That's when NBC tried to do. The network was always on from 8 to 11, but they shut up, Hell's Fun. You're right. They tried to do a 7:00 block, 7:30 from the locals, and tried to put it on network. It didn't work because they had shows like these. Now, you ready for this one?
Yes.
That's right. I'm in professor mode. A robot.
God damn it.
Oh, dude, that's so uncool.
Sorry, it didn't turn off.
Well,
Well, how does that even give away the answer?
so maybe it doesn't to
Not
you.
to not to me. Okay, yeah, you're right.
A robotics engineer secretly creates a robot modeled after a human girl, then tries to pass it off as his family's adopted 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
Well,
because I saw
you
the.
saw the poster. All right. That's a
And it
bummer.
just
that
looks
was my
like-
favorite one. I couldn't wait to show you. This lasted 100
Is
episodes
that?
and 4 seasons. It's Nobody You Know.
Oh, okay.
Um,
What year?
1985 to 1989. I was obsessed with this show. That little girl in the middle is a robot.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to the next
Is it kind of
picture.
creepy?
No.
Oh.
But she talked
That's-
like this. I don't understand. I thought we were doing fine.
I think that's kind of creepy.
This is my brother. No, but the girl was a genius. They hired her. They surrounded her with the worst actors in the history of television. Seriously, the worst. A week later, I used to watch it religiously. So did I. It was on Saturday nights at like 6:30. So I watched it all the time. Vicky was her name. That's correct. And they surrounded her with the worst. That little boy is one of the worst actors in the history of television. So it made her look like an acting genius.
Mm.
And then if you go to the next picture, you can see her dad opening her up with see, she's a robot.
I can't
And
wait
she
to
had
watch
super
it.
strength, and she would lift the couch and vacuum under it. And, they had to keep it a secret from her nosy Jewish neighbor.
What's it called?
Small Wonder.
Okay.
It's a small wonder. That was the theme song. And but she would talk. I don't understand. I thought you were fine with me building a television. It's really messed up.
I'm going to go home and watch all these. So out of all of these, which one is the worst in your opinion?
Well, see, Small Wonder is technically the worst, but the best.
Why is it the worst?
You'll see.
Okay.
But it's also the best.
Because it's weird. Because it's creepy.
You won't want to stop watching it because that little girl is fantastic.
Okay.
I mean, it's so bad.
Yeah.
They made 100 episodes. It was a hit. But nobody liked it.
Yeah.
But everybody watched it. Remember I was telling you about She's the Sheriff, or even It's a Living Note, like She's the Sheriff's a great example. No one watched it.
Yeah.
No one's ever seen one episode. But they made 50 more episodes than that one, and everyone watched this.
Yeah.
Like everyone has seen it for some reason or another because it was so stupid.
Okay.
But hilarious and not hilarious. Canned laughter, all that. And again, if you see it, you'll see what I'm talking about. The parents, the son, the next door neighbor, this horrible Jewish girl. And I say it this way because I think her name is Emily Schulman, and she was just so Jewy. Like she had red hair. It was just like, I know you guys are hiding something. It was as if you were trying to make an anti-Semitic show. Like you would hire her for this is why we hate Jews. She should have been on that Heil, My Wife show, whatever that show is. This is why I don't like the Jews. Like Emily Schulman. I'll never forget. I'm like, Jesus Christ, change your name. You idiot. You're making us all look bad. So, yeah, it's a classic. So here we go. Here's the last one. Perfect. It's good, Mike. It's a good thing you were able to stay. Hi, honey, I'm home. That's right. Here's the last one. A super hot woman works as a maid for 2 bachelors in New York City, and their girlfriends are having trouble with such an attractive maid living with them. Is that a series?
I hope it is, because I want to watch it.
It is. And what's it called? We Got It Made. And so it lasted a full year from 83 to 84, and then another full year. They brought it back from 87 to 88. And if you look at the next picture, it explains everything. Oh, those are the 2 guys. That's the original series with the 2 guys. Very handsome fellas. And obviously, why wouldn't they hire her? And if you go to the next one, I believe it shows the 2. Yeah. Wait a minute. Now, I don't know how those are their girlfriends or their mothers. Right? Am I wrong on that?
I wouldn't say mothers. Her hairstyle's not doing her favors on the right.
They look like their mothers. How are these 2 handsome guys dating these girls?
The left one's hot.
Yeah, maybe, but she still looks like she's 50, whereas the guy looks like he's in his early 30s. She looks like she's 40 years old.
She's a
it's
career
the
woman.
hairstyle that's doing it. You're right.
Yeah.
The other one just...
The other one's going to go work on her car. I don't know what's going on there.
So that's Terry Copley. And I think we can show this. Everything's covered, Mike, the next one. She was a Playboy Playmate in 1990. I'm sorry, in 1980. She was a Playboy Playmate. So they hired her to be in this show. Obviously, I'm watching. And then with this, I think this is what she looks like now.
Not bad.
It's not
Yeah.
great. She left Hollywood in 1990 became a born-again Christian, and in 2003 put out a book. There's the next picture. Conversations Between a Girl and Her God by Terry Copley. And all because she was in a show called We Got It Made, and she was embarrassed by that because she's like, it's not right.
It was probably more like those are all pictures of her in the background, aren't there?
Couldn't handle.
Are they in the background?
I mean,
of the book?
Either that or it's her current job. I don't know, but just look at the pictures in the background. So she's had a life, I think.
Yeah.
So it wasn't all We Got It Made,
but it's
got
like
that book.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But it's like, you know, me being, I guess, around your age when that came out. I mean, how am I not watching that show? You know, they can hire a Playboy playmate to be in a sitcom. There was a show written by a friend I haven't seen in a long time named Lou Schneider. He's a big showrunner now in Hollywood, and we started out together. And he was on a show called Down the Shore. It was one of those Fox early shows, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they had Kathy Ireland on one, so I totally watched. She was a Sports Illustrated model, horrible actress. But anytime they had a Sports Illustrated model in a sitcom, I was watching.
You watched it
because it was made for me.
Yeah,
they were making these shows for white guys my age, to watch these shows. Exactly. And it's just so funny. But Anonymous is like, next stop, pole dancing. We're talking about Terry Copley. But yeah, Terry Copley was,
real quick, let me start on the one that's less anticlimactic, I guess. The show you were talking about was the Red Fox show.
Well, you were talking about.
I was talking about. Sorry.
I don't remember that one at all. So
it only lasted like 6 episodes. He plays a newsstand owner who lets, I forget her name, but she played the voice of Bobby Hill. She was on Louie. Her right here.
Oh, I don't know.
He lets her work in the store. She's a
now that guy
kid that's always
her,
going to jail.
Can you expand that? Because I think that guy behind there is I love that guy as an actor.
Sorry, trying to find the mouse.
I think he's in Erin Brockovich, and I think that's the guy in Erin Brockovich who blows the lid off everything, where she's able to. Have you ever seen that movie with Julia Roberts?
No.
He's the one who kept all the copies of the plant documents from the 60s.
Pamela.
He might have also been in the original Batman in 1989.
Barry Van Dyke
as one of the Jokers. Wait, that's not Jerry Van Dyke.
Barry Van Dyke is what I said.
I think Barry Van Dyke's on the right.
Yeah,
he was an Airwolf after that. So yeah.
Who are you talking about?
The guy with the hat.
Oh, right there. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's Billy Barty was on the show, but that's not Billy Barty.
No, that's not Billy Barty. That's funny because that's who I thought it was at first.
Farley Adler.
But yeah, he's a legendary character actor. He's been on so much stuff. You've seen him 100 times. You just don't know. He's one of those guys kind of, melts in the role. That's interesting. Red Fox had another show. Had no idea.
This is the one before the one he made with Della Reese when he died.
Oh, right. He was an interesting character. This guy was a stand-up comic.
Mm-hmm.
Who had this show called Sanford & Son, which was a huge success, especially for black people back then in the 70s, where they had a show. It was him and his son. They owned a junkyard, and it was funny. And he always has this bit where something went wrong. He's like, his wife had died. His name Elizabeth. He goes, "I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming." And that was the big gag, and it was funny every time. Meanwhile, he was a really dirty comic, and but that's just something else. But so the legendary story, there's 2 legendary stories of him. Number one is he decided to fire all his Jewish writers that wrote for that show. Yeah, you big dummy. That's some of the lines he say. All Jews writing for that show, all white Jews writing for Sanford & Son. And he fired them all. He's like, fuck this. I want all black guys. And after 2 weeks of what he saw them come up with, he goes, "Give me my Jews back."
Really?
Yeah, it's a classic story. And the other legendary story, which is got to be a fact because they've even parodied it on The Simpsons. He was doing a show one night, and they bring him out to his theme song of the show, Sanford & Son. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. This is kind of like sad, sacky song. They bring him out. There's 4 people in the audience. He goes, "I ain't performing for no 4 fucking people." And he walks off, and the band doesn't know what to do, so they just play the song again.
And they did the callback to that on The Simpsons.
I just said that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's the best.
that part.
They did it on The Simpsons. But who they?
And this is real?
That
Oh,
was
yeah,
that
that
was
was
when
not part
Steve Martin was the garbage commissioner, and Homer ruins the town after he runs for it. So they want to
Steve
rehire.
Martin was in that one?
Yeah, he doesn't play himself.
Right, but
They want to
but it's,
rehire him.
it's Homer that gets played off that way, right?
No. They bring back Steve Martin because they want to give the job back to him, and he goes, "You're all screwed." He just walks off, and then they play it again.
Oh, I remember it being parodied on The Simpsons, but it's because Conan totally knew about it. All those guys, who write for that show and stuff knew about it anyway.
And then this was the last thing.
Oh, a week later, was just saying he was hoping I would tell that story that Todd Glass somehow got the original audio from that show. Wow.
Oh, do you know why? I'll tell you that in a second.
Oh, wow. Well, I knew you were right, but I just did not know that. Wow, they show him smoking fucking crack?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Is he still alive?
No, he died of cancer a while ago, but
oh my God. Oh my God.
But this was like forever ago. This wasn't recent. I think he got his life back together after this happened.
Jeez, that's sad. Boy, that show was like cursed almost.
Yeah.
Why was there so much drug right? Like, it's like not like just getting high and drinking. Everybody on that show either did crack or heroin. I mean, that's insane. They're all that upset. They're working with a puppet. That would be my fucking dream. That's why we got to do Puchinsky.
Yep.
Down.
Love puppet shit.
What's not to love?
Oh, the dark side of Al, if you got that right.
I think one of the reasons Todd Glass bought that audio, I don't know if this is true, but the timeline goes along with it. He used to hire local musicians to play on the side of the stage. And in San Antonio, he had these two guys who were fine. And then he wanted them to play the Sanford and Son theme. He just came up out of nowhere, and they had no idea what he was talking about. And it was like an awkward 5 minutes of him trying to explain it to them.
Todd Glass.
Yeah.
Oh, and so that's why he got.
And he was getting more frustrated as he was getting further away from it.
But that's funny though.
So
Todd is so fun. Todd makes me laugh harder than most people. Mark Cohen, who's the host of the host of the Comedy Cellar in Vegas, probably makes me laugh harder than anybody.
I'm going there Friday.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You going to the Comedy Cellar in Vegas?
Yeah. Because I'm going to Vegas, and so I bought a ticket to the Comedy Cellar on Friday. Yeah.
But that's wonderful that you could say that on this show. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I will. Then you'll see Mark Cohen. He makes me laugh.
Yeah. Wait, I don't even know who's playing. You know?
Well, actually, we just mentioned it before. Matthew Brossard is the only one that I know that's playing there, and he's terrific.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Cool.
And but Mark Cohen makes me laugh the hard. But Todd Glass could be. He really makes me cackle and hold my stomach. He's really fun.
It's hard to find.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, what a great show tonight. I hope you liked it. I had a great time doing it for you. Haly, thank you so much for being so forthcoming with your headshots and playing this ridiculous game.
No,
Did you like the game?
I loved it.
All right,
it was a great game.
We didn't do it to make you look foolish. You
no.
Right? But you're always suspicious of me, I feel.
Because you were trying to trick me.
I was not trying to trick you.
But,
I mean, just those other things where I was just trying to get you to. It was like playing. What's the one with Regis Philbin that he used to still have?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Where you go to final answer? That's what I wanted. So that's all, and that's what made it fun too.
No, it was a great time.
Speaking, you change your mind. You're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any pressure.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Anyway, all right, we can see you in Vegas Friday. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And hopefully we'll be seeing you at the stripper. I'm sorry, the movies and TV. And Mike, where are you going to be this week?
I won't be anywhere this week, but next week I'll be at the station in San Antonio.
Yeah, me too. I won't
Black
be
Rabbit House
this week. Oh no! All right, I'll be at Don't Tell Mamas again in February and whatever. Anyway, that's it for this week. Next week we have our friend Lenny Marcus on, and we're going to talk Super Bowl, and then we we'll go remote for a couple weeks. Come back here for the Oscars with our friend Scotty and Memo, of course. And so lots to look forward to on Comedy Cellar Tuesdays with me, Dave Juskow, and Mike Suarez. And we'll see everybody next week. Come down to the Comedy Cellar when you can. Good night, everybody.
Bye.